Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video we're going to take a quick look at the new Dune Awakening update from the development team. Greetings sleepers, welcome to our first developer update of 2026. During our December livestream we revealed most of the changes coming in chapter 3 and released it on our public test client to gather your feedback and fine-tune what is shaping up to be the biggest content update the game has seen to date. Today, we are happy to announce that Chapter 3 is coming on February 3rd. So that's it, Tuesday. The developers have confirmed it. Personally, I can't wait. I've been waiting so long for this. Now that the Muad'Dib is out of the proverbial bag, we'd like to dedicate this developer update to discussing our work on Chapter 3 and the decisions and feedback that shaped it. We also have a few additional changes that we haven't discussed yet that will make this update even better. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So the first section we've got here is the making of Chapter 3. So ever since the early days of beta, player feedback has been invaluable in helping improve the game and steer it in the right direction. Since launch, we've been looking closely at the feedback you've given us through Discord, player surveys and other platforms. This feedback has led to many improvements. Cobalt paste, anyone? And it continues to inform many of the decisions we make for the game, large and small. Many improvements I agree with. Cobalt paste was one, and that was a long time ago. Other things we've had is the large storage container, the ability to recover destroyed vehicles, the larger bank storage, things like that. There's been a few things that have definitely improved. Player retention wasn't one of them. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at yesterday's peak. Yesterday's peak was 7,176, with an average for the last 30 days of 5,689. That's an improvement of 830.6 players per day. So we've kind of got back all the players that left from November to December. You know, it's a start. And I think Chapter 3 is going to be really strong for the game. So jumping back into the article, it says, this has never been truer than for Chapter 3. This update is direct response to the two most common player requests, the desire for a more fleshed out in-game and making it a smoother experience coming back after an extended period away. Fantastic news. Then we go into a bigger, better endgame. So when it comes to the endgame, there are big changes. I've played a lot of these in the public test client and I can highly recommend them, whether that's from the Landsrad, from the ability to buy skins for your ornithopters and things. There's a lot there that's actually worth looking at. When it comes to in-game, the specifics of what you're looking for varies across both players and player types, but we've also been able to combine your feedback with cold hard in-game telemetry that provides a good picture of what content, activities and systems most of you spend time with later in the game. This has allowed us to make an informed decision on where to spend our time and effort, with player feedback and in-game data working in concert. Not sure I've heard that phrase before. To produce what is undoubtedly our biggest and most important update yet. I mean, this is the most important update. You've gone from 100,000 players to 5,000. If this update doesn't land well, can't really see them doing too much past Chapter 4. And that's the War of Water or something like that. So what does the feedback and data tell us? Players want more options in the endgame, more ways to play that are all equally rewarding. More content, more stuff to discover and experience in the world of Arrakis. To be able to take full advantage of everything the endgame has to offer without being forced to engage in a playstyle they don't want to. This is a direct message to the PvP versus PvE argument I'm going to do a video on, because I think the game didn't really know what it wanted to be outside of Haga Basin. So once you left Haga, it was basically PvP on the deep desert or nothing for a lot of the time. And then they introduced the changes that meant that the PvE zone fell back to row E, 0.5. So halfway through row E, they drew a line in the sand. And if you crossed that line, you went into PvP territory. Personally, I think that was a great move. I would have probably only brought it as far as E itself, but yeah, fine, whatever. But we'll get into that in my PvE versus PvP video coming shortly. The other thing people wanted is more ways to advance their character with deeper progression systems. Now this update fully goes into that. You can really grind your character into whatever you want to be, whether it's a fighter or a farmer, whatever you want. PvP is clearly not the focus of this update, so if you're looking for PvP, you might be looking more towards Chapter 4. In saying that, you're going to want to start grinding your materials to make yourself strong enough. So yeah, Chapter 3 aims to address each of the points. In addition, the continuation of the main story and many other additions, this update introduces more meaningful ways to progress after reaching Plastanium Tier 6. It expands late game play with deeper choices, shared goals and more ways for players to continue growing. On the progression side, players get to take advantage of the added depth provided by the specialization and augmentation systems. In terms of content, we've added 10 new locations on the Overland map, including unique, repeatable testing stations that feature challenging boss encounters with scaling difficulty and increasingly valuable loot. In the testing server, some of these were a bit broken. Players can now take missions for the Landsrad systems that provide more flexible ways to complete assignments and collect rewards regardless of your playstyle. I found even with tier 6 gear, some of these missions were very hard. Upgrading your specializations and augmentations is going to be imperative to really getting the most of it out of that. So there's a lot more to Chapter 3 in this, so we'll provide you with a detailed breakdown of all the additions and improvement when it launches on February 3rd. Also make sure to check out the Chapter 3 announcement video. We'll come back to that in a moment. A really important thing they've done is they made it easier to take a break and return later. So the other much shared feedback point that they received was it can be daunting coming back to Dune Awakening after an extended break. Whether it's unpaid taxes or power running out, if you've been away for a long time, chances are your base is gone. That said, we heard your feedback and we've been working on several things to make this a smoother experience. Base reconstruction tool. Last year we introduced a tool that allows you to pack up your base, store it and then reassemble it. I personally think a lot of people that have left aren't going to come back, but we will see. Increased bank storage. I mentioned this earlier. Last year we also made it easier for players to safely store everything they've been working hard on obtaining by increasing the bank storage space. The new map is actually much smaller, so they've reworked the world map and it's much smaller now. This isn't something they've mentioned, I just thought I'd give you a quick update on it. Once we get to the end of this, I'll quickly take you over to the world map, show you how that's changed. And they introduced character transfers, which hopefully you've seen my video on that. If not, I will drop it in the end card because I think that's actually really cool. It works really well. I've not had any issues. So with Chapter 3, they're making 2 additional improvements intended to make it easier for current players to take a break out. It also makes it easier to come back for those who have already left the game. So there's no more taxes. So if you can build your base somewhere where it's protected from storms, etc., your base will be completely invincible. Personally, I've put a base underneath Haga Rift, so I'm probably going to extend that out as a result of this change. They admit that nobody really enjoyed that mechanic. It was just forcing people to come in every so often to pay their taxes. We've also got return packages. Not everyone who left the game earlier has been able to take advantage of the new tools for packing up and storing their stuff. That's why Chapter 3 introduces some custom return packages, full of resources to help people jump back into the game. Once Chapter 3 is live, the package will be available to every character that hasn't logged in for 28 days and can be claimed via the claim rewards option in the in-game menu. We believe this update delivers a richer and more engaging in-game in Dune Awakening, but our work is far from done. There are many more exciting things ahead and we look forward to sharing more with you in due time. May thy knife chip and shatter. That's all good stuff. Let's take a look back at the trailer.
Chapter 3 is the biggest update to Dune Awakening yet. A rebuilt endgame, new maps, missions, testing stations, and much more. Choose among the great houses and take on Landsrad missions that will further your specialization as a crafter, gatherer, explorer, fighter, or saboteur. 10 new locations are available across the overland map, each with new challenges. These include 5 new Imperial...
So just coming back a bit. This is the new world map. It's actually much smaller in scale. Your Ornithopter, you can see, looks a lot bigger. It's much quicker now to get from Haga Basin to Arakeen or Harco City, or even the Deep Desert.
Across the overland map, each with new challenges. These include 5 new Imperial testing stations with scalable difficulty and rewards. Once you completed these challenges, return to your base and craft augments, a new way to upgrade your Tier 6 gear and progress in the endgame. Dozens of augments are available for weapons and armors. Speaking of weapons, new dual blades provide...
These dual blades, they're a cool idea. They are not the best, in my opinion. They have the opportunity to be really good, but right now they're not great.
A unique way to approach melee. The Rapier, reborn, turns attack into defense in a single fluid motion.
The Rapier fighting style is actually really good. You're turning their attack into them being forced to defend.
And from afar, the Pyrocket smokes out those who think they can hide.
Peons, bondsmen, now familiar.
So this is actual Chapter 3 content. This arena is not available for PvP.
Let the battle begin!
The main story of Dune Awakening continues in Chapter 3 with the new storyline. Infiltrate the arena in...
That blade is a custom blade style for the Atreides. It's just a skin, but I'm sure there will be a variant that is Atreides specific out there.
Carthag and fight in bloody gladiatorial battles.
I give you the degenerate killer!
Then reunite with a familiar ally and descend into the heart of the smuggler domain.
It's not every day we get visitors here.
Chapter 3 also
I mean, this new build set looks epic, doesn't it?
launches with a DLC. This includes a full 74-piece smuggler building set, a 17-piece decoration set,
I like this as well. All paid content is cosmetic only.
3 armor sets, and more. This is Dune Awakening, Chapter 3. A rebuilt endgame, deeper systems, new missions, new weapons, and new ways to define your role.
They came in nameless. Now the pit carves their legend in blood.
Please stay tuned for more Chapter 3 details, and see you.
Yeah, so we've covered off already the update that they're talking about there. Just to highlight, the Raiders of the Broken Lands comes with a full build set. Get some additional weapon and armor skins, moats if you're into that, and then you get a smuggler swatch and a raider buggy. The free update, the main story continues. You get revamped endgame progression, you get character specializations, Landsrad missions, 5 mission maps, 5 scalable testing stations, augments for tier 6 gear, faction ranks, faction rewards, and vehicle skins. You also get a new faction house scripts, and these will really manage your progression in the game for that house. They enable you to buy faction specific rewards. I think you'll admit that there is a lot to actually be excited about there. Okay, so this is the world map now. So just to give you an idea, this is Saga Basin. It used to take quite a while to fly across here. You go past the Broodworks. And you can already see we've got the rings and we're into Arrakeen. So that's not very far at all. So here we are in Haga Basin. We're going to head south. And we're already at Harco City. See how much quicker that is? It's much better. So with that all said and done, I'll see you back here on probably Tuesday afternoon, and we'll take a proper deep dive into the update. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you like these kind of updates, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.